we've got a fantastic roll-up of farmers for this trip, sharing the experience that you guys have as innovators with our host farmers, learning from them.
Well, now we can start to keep that data and learn, okay, was it something that I did in a crop 5 years ago that's now affecting what's happening today?
The greatest benefit in variable rate application may actually be the yield gains that we make from employing this technology.
Innovation in agriculture tour. We are on the farm of Ben Pajoli and his family, and Ben's kind of been the one to get the ball rolling this morning.
He gets about 2,000 acres per blade in sand out of it, so it's got a special coating on it.
We're looking for all of the farmers who are on the bus to spend lots of time talking to each other, as well as talking and learning from the farms that we're visiting.
Hello. Thanks,
hey,
guys.
Sam. Right. Oh.
I like to do everything different to everyone else. I do zonal tillage. I'm doing biofertilisers, reduced chemicals. I'm right. This is my first crop of rice. I don't know anything about it, but I'm welcome for any comments on it. Looking for better environmental outcomes, less runoff, yeah, all those good things that come with good farming practices. I think everyone should think outside the square a bit. When you think outside the square, it makes farming exciting again. You're doing something totally new.
I was really interested in Ray's aerator because I've been thinking about this implement which I was going to build for the last year and a half now. That technology, it's pretty simple, but it's made me change the way I think. So when I build this, and we're going to focus it, but use his design, but just try and focus it on the hill.
You do move on. As a young fellow, I went to Gatton Agricultural College, and what's relevant at the time becomes irrelevant unless you keep up to date with field days like this.
From just a few farmers, we grew into a group of about approximately 35. We set ourselves goals. Our main goal was to grow a minimum of seven returns, average 100 tonne a hectare, and drop fertiliser by 20%. And basically we've been going into these microbes, using micronised products like micronised limes, liquid limes, different microbiology, different means of application. None of us know if we're doing the right thing, it's all new. So we finished up, we approached Terrain and HCPSL, and we finished up getting the grant to get a scientist to either verify whether we're on the right track or we're on the wrong track. I think we are on the right track. I think in the future everyone will be doing something with microbes. Myself personally, I think that's going to be the challenge of the next 30, 40 years, really, to get that worked out.
Here a bit of an overview of the research that AIMS does. Then we're going to split into different groups, and one group's going to go and see the sea simulator, the new research facility they've got, and then we'll have morning tea and then do a swap.
All that fresh water has to go somewhere, and a lot of it goes out onto the inshore reefs.
Because we run these vessels, each of them about 300 days a year, we work them very hard, we're able to do a lot of good broad-scale science, and we're able to collect data on a lot of places.
So what is really, really essential is to make the reefs as healthy as possible to facilitate recovery from these impacts.
Some of these experiments run for maybe 6 months, and we can control temperature in the tanks to plus or minus 0.1 of a degree.
Whatever people want to look at, we've got the facility here with the appropriate controls in place to look at those questions.
For me as a farmer, this is very much the first time to see a research facility like this. It certainly is an eye-opener, an absolute eye-opener. I think we in the past always tend to take a lot of what we hear with a grain of salt, and come and see it here firsthand. The message just comes through much clearer.
Basically, you take the water out of the recycle pit, you treat it, and you put that back on the farm. Oh, yes.
We're just going to have a tour of Pacific Reef Fisheries here at Air.
This site
has 98 hectares of production area. We get all our stock, our larvae, from our hatchery at Guthalunga, which is an hour south of here. Filtering our water from our production areas through a sand filter, allowing the algae to absorb all the dissolved nutrients from the water, and what we have is a pristine water leaving the farm and into the environment. It's terrific, it's innovative. You know, what a farmer can see today and learn from one business, you know, might shed a light on something that they can use on their farm. So it's all good if we can all help each other and learn from each other.
That was my key turning point, I suppose, just to work out that if we hold more water, we help the soil, we don't have as much runoff. Every time it rains, the water's stayed on the land. We grow more grass, we grow more cattle, we grow more crops.
We're looking at integrating the cattle now as a grazing tool and a management tool through our property, through our organic system, for nutritional benefit, as well as through mulching and increasing organic carbon.
So regenerative agriculture is all about trying to emulate nature in a modern agricultural sense. So you take the best ideas out of nature, work out how nature's doing it and try and make it work for us. And you put some water in there with it, nearly to the top, you leave it 3 or 4 days, and what it's doing is dragging in lactobacillus.
Like that storage there is also used as a sediment trap, and we'll see the sort of the sediment, because we've drained it down as low as we can. So you can see what sort of 10 years of catching can actually pull out of the system. Well, what we endeavoured to do now, Agimosa was a planting system that I actually saw while I was travelling in Brazil. Firstly, it claimed that they could pick up 10% in their plant cane productivity, which is pretty significant. If it can achieve that, you know, it's a winner on its own. Anyone that's imported planting seed will know the process through Aquis. They do your grow outs for you, they give you the collected seed, and then you basically do the work from that point. And out of those 5 varieties, we've had one that's been like pretty outstanding.
Those small scale, innovative practices that they give a go that are successful, that give the farmer confidence, then leads them to further refining those practices, sharing those successes with other farmers, and then that brings everyone forward.
This has probably come from all the NRM groups, and one of the things I was thinking that we've probably got out of seeing everything here is that we're building a network, and that's what the NRM groups are, I reckon, are doing. They're actually making a network of all you guys coming here. We're going to your place, we're going and seeing what Mark's doing or seeing what someone else is doing, and I think at the end of the day we're all learning, and their NRM groups are actually pulling us all together.